At 80, Richard Dreyfuss isn't just a Hollywood icon. He's a treasure chest of untold stories. With a career that's given us some of cinema's most unforgettable moments, he now unveils a shocking truth that fans have long suspected. What secrets lie behind the curtain of his illustrious life? Get ready to be captivated as Dreyfuss reveals what we all knew but never dared to ask: early ambitions and a bold path to Hollywood. This is where Richard Dreyfuss's trip to Hollywood began, in Los Angeles. But his love for acting began in Brooklyn, New York. He was ready to make that interest into something big when his family moved to LA when he was a teenager. The community theater and acting classes he took turned into his world. They helped him gain skills and confidence that would soon make him stand out. He wasn't just thinking about being famous when he was a teenager, he was set on making it happen. People saw right away that Dreyfuss had a certain flair, a mix of focus and energy that made people think he was going to be a star. Early on, his hard work paid off, and Hollywood saw right away that he was a charming and skilled young actor. In George Lucas's romantic 1973 movie American Graffiti, a young man named Kurt spends one last night out with his friends before going to college. This was the movie that really got his career going. Both audiences and critics were moved by how well Dreyfuss showed Kurt's uncertainty about the future. They saw his ability right away. The movie wasn't just a hit, it became an important part of culture, and it made Dreyfuss a growing star. After only a few years, he got the part of oceanographer Matt Hooper in Steven Spielberg's Jaws 1975. Dreyfuss made the chaos of shark attacks more funny and real by playing a smart but strange scientist. This helped make the movie memorable. Jaws broke all kinds of box office records and became the first real summer blockbuster. Dreyfuss's performance as Hooper won him friends and cemented his place in Hollywood. Off-screen, Dreyfuss was known for saying what he thought. He was honest and open, and he didn't hide his strong views, even if they made some people angry. He was brave in his personal life and at work, which made him an actor who wasn't afraid to take risks. His work in Jaws, which mixed comedy and drama, showed how versatile he was, and it became his signature style. People loved seeing Dreyfuss on TV and in movies because he wasn't just acting. He gave every part real feeling and depth. Oscar success and the pressure of stardom. With The Goodbye Girl, 1977, a romantic comedy drama in which Dreyfuss portrayed Elliot Garfield, a struggling actor negotiating love and work obstacles, his career peaked. Capturing the difficulties and pleasures of an artist seeking to find his position, his performance was appealing and relevant. At just 30 years old, Dreyfuss became the youngest man to win the coveted Academy Award for Best Actor, because to his incredibly striking performance. Although it confirmed his position in Hollywood, winning an Oscar was a tremendous accomplishment that also presented fresh challenges. Dreyfuss suddenly was expected not only to give outstanding performances, but also to satisfy the higher standards associated with such a distinction. The victory raised a high standard and caused both excitement and concern since he had to meet his own accomplishment. Dreyfuss negotiated recognition with the same audacity that had defined his ascent to the top, therefore marking the beginning of a career distinguished by both great highs and difficult lows. Dreyfuss developed himself in these early years not only as a great genius, but also as a multifarious and unreserved person. Unique in Hollywood, his combination of ambition, confidence, and sensitivity enthralled both reviewers and viewers. Every position he assumed seemed to uncover fresh layers of his ability, laying the groundwork for a legacy that would make him a lifetime industry player. Success for Richard Dreyfuss arrived with an intense degree of strain and scrutiny. He struggled to manage the great expectations following his Academy Award victory for The Goodbye Girl and the ongoing demands of stardom. Hollywood's appeal, combined with its easy access to drugs, produced an environment that aggravated his personal problems. Dreyfuss started depending on cocaine, a habit he progressively acquired that profoundly affected his personal and professional life. Unlike the usual gloss connected with success, Dreyfuss's experience with celebrity became a struggle to keep stability while negotiating the pressures of a very competitive industry. Dreyfuss's drug intake grew, so did his conduct and reputations change. Once praised for his audacious nature, he started acting erratically. That started to worry his industry as a whole and his co-workers. He was known to be honest, but lately he seemed to be stretching boundaries and making decisions that bothered people close by. His use on drugs changed his interactions, which strained relationships and tarnished his public profile. 1982 saw a dangerous turn for this period when Dreyfuss was in a major car accident. He lost control of his car while under intoxication, causing a potentially catastrophic collision. The episode served as a sobering reminder of the hazards he was running, a wake-up call emphasizing the pressing need for change, a journey to recovery and self-discovery. This event marked a big shift for Dreyfuss. He knew he had to deal with his problem, so he chose to talk to a professional. In addition to giving him a way to escape his drug addiction, rehab gave him a place to think. Through treatment and a structured recovery process, Dreyfuss was able to look back on his life and see how the demands of fame had made his problems worse. Even though it was hard, the path to recovery finally gave him the chance to take charge and work on himself. New ideas came to Dreyfuss as a result of his sobriety, and he experienced a greater sense of connection to both his work and to himself. When he was younger, his performances were rather straightforward. Nevertheless, as he progressed through life, he came to realize that the rawness and intensity of his performances had a great deal of significance. Through his candidness on his journey and the challenges he encountered, he provided prominent individuals with a clear picture of the challenges they experience, which motivated others who may be going through the same things. It is because of this that his story of overcoming adversity has become a demonstration of the strength to deal with personal issues and a lesson that even the most difficult paths can lead to redemption. Richard Dreyfuss was able to re-establish his career in the middle of the 1990s, following a period of difficulty that included both personal issues and setbacks in his professional life. By making this comeback, he demonstrated how talented he is at providing a wide variety of characters with depth and complexity. There were parts that moved viewers on a variety of different levels. During this time period, he played one of the most memorable roles in Mr. Holland's opus. This role not only helped him regain his career, but also solidified his reputation as an actor who was capable of dealing with difficult and emotional subjects. Reinvention through Mr. Holland's opus. Released in 1995, Mr. Holland's opus became a major turning point for Dreyfuss. He portrayed Glenn Holland, a driven music instructor trying to create a symphony while negotiating the demands of family life in the classroom. The function was celebration of Dreyfuss's artistic path rather than only a return to form. Audiences related to the story of the movie, which shows the great influence a committed teacher can have on the life of his pupils. Dreyfuss gave the character a raw authenticity that balanced Holland's frustrations and achievements so viewers may really relate to his challenges and successes. People who saw the movie thought that Dreyfuss's performance was both sympathetic and true to life. His performance showed how he personally deals with the ups and downs of life. It got to the heart of someone who is both an artist and a teacher. The part also gave Dreyfuss a chance to show how versatile he is as an actor and how he can make people feel things through both tragedy and comedy. After Mr. Holland's opus became popular, Dreyfuss assumed other parts that accentuated his adaptability. He played lead roles in The Crew, 2000, and What About Bob, 1991, where his comedic timing went well with his serious ones. Each part added to a bigger story about how complicated life and relationships can be, and his ability to work in a lot of different styles helped him get noticed in Hollywood. People really connected with his performance in Mr. Holland's opus because it was about common themes like striving, tenacity, and the search for passion. Many viewers could relate to Holland's struggles to balance personal goals with responsibilities, which were similar to Dreyfuss's own problems with fame and addiction. This link between actor and character helped Dreyfuss's return because it made people see him not only as a star, but also as someone who had been through similar problems. Dreyfuss's mid-career roles change how people see him as an actor and a person, which means they change how people see him. During this time, he made choices that showed he was trying to connect with important stories that affected both his own life and the lives of many others. People had different ideas about his career path after he played leading parts that showed a lot of emotion. During this time, Dreyfuss's trip also mirrored a larger Hollywood conversation about getting better and being strong again. He was an inspiration because he was honest about problems he had faced in the past and was able to take on difficult jobs. A lot of people liked how sensitive he was with his characters because they knew that his acts were based on his own life, which made the stories he told better. In addition to Mr. Holland's opus, Dreyfuss was in Poseidon, 2006, and My Life in Ruins, 2009. Both of these movies showed how versatile he was in different types of movies, while still maintaining the emotional honesty that had become his trademark. Every performance backed up his reputation as a talented actor who could bridge the gap between adult movies and family-friendly shows. Dreyfuss's mid-career rebirth showed the highest level of skill, knowledge, and personal growth. Getting back his place in Hollywood was only one way he was able to reinvent himself. Sharing a trip that spoke to people on a deeper level was another. Faced his past and took part in important stories, which helped him rebuild his career and connect with a new group of supporters. Dreyfuss's reputation as a skilled and adaptable actor was finally restored by the mix of personal honesty and a gripping story in the middle of his career. Remind us that going through hard times in our personal lives can lead to great artistic expression and change. Mr. Holland's opus and later work show how he continues to have an impact on film and the art of performance. Richard Dreyfuss has always been known for having strong opinions, but lately he has been speaking out more about important business and social issues. His honest style has caused heated arguments about Hollywood's diversity policies and the Me Too movement, revealing a complex personality that values both creative freedom and open communication. Critique of Hollywood's diversity rules. Dreyfuss's critique of Hollywood's efforts at diversity has generated a lot of debate. Speaking with the New York Times, he questioned the need for quotas for different casting and contended that these policies compromise the artistic integrity of cinema. Regardless of ethnicity or color, he feels casting should give talent and fit for the part top priority. His remarks have divided people. Some value his devotion to meritocracy, while others see it as a retrograde viewpoint that ignores the systematic disparities in the sector. Dreyfuss's point of view, according to critics, shows a misinterpretation of the difficulties underprivileged groups in Hollywood have. Diversity programs, according to them, provide chances for historically underprivileged people and try to level the playing field. Dreyfuss, on the other hand, is adamant that these policies might cause reverse discrimination, hence possibly excluding gifted people who do not fit diversity standards. Furthermore, attracting interest are Dreyfuss's remarks on the Me Too movement. Although he supports the central message of the movement, he has also expressed worries about the possibility for it to result in false allegations and a chilling impact on free expression. Declaring, "There's a great deal of fear in this world, and that fear is stifling creativity and honesty," he has said that the anxiety of being accused can prevent honest interactions. Source: Variety. Some who believe the movement should allow for complexity and due process, even if it is essential for tackling sexual harassment and assault, should find resonance in this view. Critics who contend that such remarks might compromise the experiences of survivors and support a culture of silence about abuse have objected nevertheless. The divided public reaction to Dreyfuss's remarks emphasizes the complexity of his views and the polarizing character of modern social debates. While some claim he is insensitive and uninformed of the systematic problems at hand, supporters value his openness and challenge of accepted wisdom. This division emphasizes how challenging it is to negotiate talks regarding race, gender, and power relations in the modern world. Social media has magnified these responses. Many people have weighed in on Dreyfuss's remarks. Some support his freedom to express his views by contending that advancement depends on honest communication. Others, on the other hand, see his comments as negative and as evidence of some in Hollywood's greater resistance to really embrace diversity and inclusion. Dreyfuss's views at this point in his life show a great dedication to artistic freedom and a conviction that unrestricted expression creates the conditions for innovation. Long advocating the value of autonomy in the arts, he contends that real artistic ability cannot grow under limitations. Though he negotiates the complexity of modern social interactions, his comments indicate a wish to preserve the integrity of storytelling. Dreyfuss's inclination to express divisive ideas also clarifies his character. He strikes me as someone who appreciates honesty and is not hesitant to challenge popular culture even if it means offending others. His life events, including his battles with fame and addiction, which have influenced his perspective and guided his approach to both art and social concerns, may be the source of this fearlessness. His legacy. The effect Richard Dreyfuss has on the entertainment business goes much beyond his legendary performances. With his unique approach, strong narrative dedication, and distinct style, he has over the years motivated a generation of younger actors and directors. As an Oscar-winning actor, his body of work in films such as Jaws, American Graffiti, and Mr. Holland's Opus demonstrates a diversity of characters who touch emotionally, highlighting the necessity of authenticity in acting. Dreyfuss's path from a small-town aspirant actor to a Hollywood superstar is evidence of the possibility for reinventions and fortitude. Drawn to his ability to capture complicated characters that frequently reflect real-life hardships, many performers turn to him as a role model. Many in the business are motivated to give their principles and authenticity top priority by his open talks on the demands of celebrity, the need of personal integrity, and the difficulties keeping a creative profession. Younger directors often point to Dreyfuss's work as important in creating character-driven stories. His performances highlight the need of depth and authenticity, therefore motivating a concentration on narrative reflecting the human experience. Directors and writers have seen how his dedication to character development and emotional reality transforms a movie from simple entertainment to a rich investigation of life's complexity. Apart from his creative output, Dreyfuss is dedicated on teaching the society about social responsibility. One Parent, One Child, a new approach to parenting and education, stresses in schools the value of civic education. Often advocating the need of schools include civics into their courses, he thinks that the next generation depends on knowing civic responsibility. Dreyfuss aggressively promotes more understanding of civic responsibilities by means of lectures, seminars, and public speaking engagements, therefore highlighting his commitment to social concerns. His attempts to interact with younger viewers on civics show a more general conviction on the value of engaged citizenship. Through his observations and first-hand knowledge, Dreyfuss hopes to motivate next generations to be aware and involved citizens, therefore cultivating a feeling of responsibility toward their towns and the planet. Dreyfuss is still a major voice in the entertainment business despite the controversy around his most recent remarks on Hollywood's diversity policies and the Me Too movement. His readiness to voice unvarnished views shows a dedication to honest communication, hence fostering debates challenging the status quo. Many see this as a necessary feature of development and contend that every point of view should be included into the discourse. Dreyfuss's legacy is distinguished not just by his acting, but also by his cultural commentary work. His criticisms of corporate behavior and social conventions remind us of the need of freedom of expression. He advocates both artistic integrity and social justice while stressing the difficulties negotiating the contemporary Hollywood terrain. Dreyfuss's impact on next generations is still major even as he interacts with audiences on several media. Lessons on perseverance, the search of authenticity, and the value of civic involvement abound in his life and work. Dreyfuss shows how one person may influence society at large as well as the entertainment business by proving that social responsibility and innovation coexist. As Richard Dreyfuss turns 80, his candid revelations resonate deeply, confirming what many have long suspected. Don't miss out on more intriguing insights. Like this video and subscribe to stay updated on all things Hollywood. Your support means the world.